I am George. We are all George. In this stream, I want to talk about this battle at $50,000. Bitcoin seems to be stuck, and it seems to be stuck right under $50,000. And it looks like this battleground is between F2POOL and the world. Yes, that's right. It seems like there's one entity that is fighting the world on Bitcoin right now. So in this stream, I want to take a look at what has happened overnight since last night to today. Things were looking pretty darn good until a sudden turnaround. So what caused this? And also I want to speculate why this may be happening and show you who else is about to enter the Bitcoin game. So thanks for tuning in, guys. As always, smash up the like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. 2 streams every day, 11 a.m. and 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Sometimes I hear people don't get notified, but hit that notification bell anyways and follow me on Twitter and Facebook so you don't miss out. You get triple notified so that way you don't miss out on any of my streams. All right, guys. Those of you guys that are already here, welcome. Let's get started. Let me change my screen. All right. So this is Bitcoin right now at 47,600. So it was weird because as you can see here, Bitcoin has been going up and down, up and down, up and down. It broke 50,000 once, and then as soon as it did that, it came right back down, broke below 48.7, and it was utilizing that as a pretty solid support. And then this, maybe like an hour ago, 2 hours ago, Bitcoin again shot up to about 49.8. And then, boom, came right back down. And it seemed like it was okay. It was going to come right back. And then, guess what? Boom. We get a sudden drop. And today was shaping up to be a very good day. Not to say that it won't end up being a very good day. Keep in mind, you have one mining pool that is versus the entire world right now. And that's a hard battle to win. That's a very, very hard battle to win. But I could pinpoint it exactly what has happened. So let's go to our favorite chart here. F2POOL outflow, and you can see ever since January a big outflow. Let's just zoom in for today here, and you could see that there was some massive outflows. In fact, here's one that was over 2,000 Bitcoins. And then you can see there's a few of them that's 1,000. And if you add all these little ones up, they look little, but they're not. 483, 270, 200, 200, 200, 300. You add all of those up, and guess what? Now you have over 7,000 Bitcoins, 7,100 Bitcoins that outflew from F2POOL just today alone. Not counting yesterday's 3,700 outflow, day before 4,000 outflow. And then you had, of course, the 8,500, and then you had a 14,000. So you could see this has been ramping up, right? It's no coincidence when Bitcoin was going up, you could see that the selling decreased. And as soon as this increased, it started going down, right? And you could see recently Bitcoin hit a bottom of 43,000, came right back up to $50,000, and guess what? This started ramping up once again. So it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear that there is someone, an entity, a miner, a mining pool, multiple miners. It could be F2POOL. It could be the CZP. People are saying that. We don't know, but there is someone that really wants to keep Bitcoin under $50,000. Now, I speculated it was because of Bitcoin futures, right? That was last month. But guess what? You can buy, I was thinking about it. Not only can you buy CME futures, right? You could buy ahead of time too. You don't have to just settle every month. You could buy months ahead. Also, there's a lot of futures and options. There's a lot of these things on the exchanges themselves. So it's really hard to track all of them. Or it could simply be some other reason to buy when things are lower. So this is what's going on. There's definitely a battleground at $50,000. But here's the good news. As I've been saying all last week and even this week, basically, we all stand together, we're going to win, right? And when I say we, I mean all of us retail investors. Obviously, as long as we don't panic sell, that's the number one thing. As long as we don't panic sell, we hodl and we dollar cost average, we're going to be just fine. Because this battle is between F2POOL and the entire freaking world. There is a lot of big players that is coming in, and I'm going to show you another one that I'm going to connect the dots and show you guys who else is coming in shortly. And everyone is fighting this battle. Everyone else is looking at buying Bitcoins and buying more of it, while there's one entity that's trying to sell it and drive things lower. And it's really, really weird. Now, a lot of you guys keep asking, well, why are they doing this? They could profit from this many ways. Utilize futures and options and gain that way, make a lot of money with that and rebuy back cheaper, right? And there's other ways to do it. Of course, you know what, by keeping things low, right? Maybe there is something else going on that would be advantageous to keep Bitcoin low. Regardless, we know that whatever they're doing is only short term. That's why Bitcoin continues to go higher and higher and higher. And let's not forget the previous periods where Bitcoin stalled out at, say, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, right? We passed them. And once we did, it shot up in a big way. So this could also be leading up to a mother short squeeze. Because if F2POOL or whoever's behind this does have a massive short position and they cannot maintain this 50,000 mark, they could be short squeezed to death. And maybe that is the reason why this is why they're ramping up their outflow. That could be the reason. So this could be shaping up to a mother short squeeze that could really drive Bitcoin much higher once we break that $50,000. And let me show you who is buying right now, who is trying to make this happen. Now, before yesterday, I did tweet out, I showed you guys on Twitter about, it could be Youngju Kai or Kaiyu Jung, I don't know. I don't know what his real name is. But anyways, he tweeted out saying institutional outflow exchange outflow is good, something like Coinbase, right? And he's showing a graph. But then he's like, miner outflow is bad. But he refuses to state which miner, right? So he did tweet this out today, an hour ago, saying institutional buying, which is good. And then I replied to him saying, hey, since you mentioned about miner outflow, can you comment on this? But I didn't tweet him the all miner outflow. I just tweeted him F2POOL outflow. I want to see how he responds. He's at this point, there's just no question about it, right? So let's see how he responds to that. All right. So that is what's going on. But good thing is, it looks like Bitcoin is coming up. Again, this is a hard battle to win for whoever this entity is. Okay, whoever's behind this, as much Bitcoins as they have, they're fighting against the entire world. Us retail investors and also Wall Street and also public traded companies, right? And they're fighting all the other guys that's trying to get in, like hedge funds, and well, they're part of Wall Street, but pension funds, retirement funds, all these guys, family offices, the big money, they're all looking to come in, and they're going to scoop up as much as they can behind the scenes right now, right? So I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on here. All right, so who's this next big public trade company that's about to get in? Well, I think it's no other than Twitter. Twitter, earlier in February said that they're considering adding Bitcoin to its balance sheet, right? We know that Twitter and Square are both led by Jack Dorsey, and Square already made the plunge. They bought $50 million worth of Bitcoin, then added another $175 million to its balance sheet. Now, I think Twitter for sure is jumping aboard. And they're doing something very creative. They don't have as much money as, say, Square, but they may be following the footsteps of Michael Saylor. So if you look at it, they are now planning on offering a $1.25 billion convertible notes offering, just like Michael Saylor. And people are speculating, why would they do that? do they really need the money? Or are they planning on utilizing that to buy Bitcoin, just like Michael Saylor? And people have put the two together. I was looking at it. I think it's pretty accurate because, the outflow on Coinbase, there was two extreme outflows. That was end of February. And there's one that was 13,400 and another one at 12,400. And if you add those two up and you look at the price of Bitcoin at those times, guess what? They actually equate to about $1.3 billion. So it seems like Twitter already asked Coinbase to maybe pull this to the side for them because they want to buy, right? So I think this is almost guaranteed that Twitter will be announcing that they're buying Bitcoin. Now, this is new, that they're actually doing a convertible notes option, just like Michael Saylor. Of course, Michael Saylor gave out his entire playbook, right? He basically told everyone that they're able to do this very easily without getting in trouble, right? And it looks like Twitter or Jack paid attention, and he's going to do the same thing. And guess what? Here's another news that's equally as good, is because if you look at over here, there's another 12,000 Bitcoins that exited Coinbase. So that means someone else just purchased another $600 million worth of Bitcoin. So that's pretty massive. So that is $1.3 billion right there. And that's another 600 something million. That's $2 billion of Bitcoin flowing out of Coinbase. And you know that when this gets done and flies out of Coinbase, that means it's going to some kind of custody, custodian, or cold storage. And that means someone is either reserving it or have bought it. So this is what I'm saying. Despite the fact F2POOL may be trying to dump on the market, maybe trying to suppress the price at $50,000, they're versing the world. Public trade companies, Wall Street guys, they're buying Bitcoin, right? So don't get distracted. Don't get distracted by day-to-day movement, right? It does look like we may be under $50,000 forever. I'll guarantee you once we pass this, we won't even remember it. We won't even remember it because Bitcoin will be at 90,000 then, right? So that's why you want to stay the course, dollar cost average, hodl, and that's simply it, right? And like I've been saying, us retail investors, we just need to stick together. Stick together, help each other, make sure people don't panic sell because there's a lot of newcomers in this space. And the newcomers are the ones with the weakest hands. They tend to see some movement. They're like, I better sell. Right? You got to make sure as a community, we need to help these guys rather than make fun of people. Like, that's why Twitter sometimes is pretty toxic. Everyone's like acting like they're like some freaking genius and picking on everyone. No, there's a lot of newcomers in the space. Once upon a time, we were all new to the space. We didn't know what we were doing, right? This is why we need to stick together and stay strong. And we'll get through this. We will definitely get through this. All right. So besides Twitter possibly announcing that they have just bought $1.3 billion worth of Bitcoin, what else is there? Well, there are a lot of traders that are anticipating that Bitcoin is going to make that next leg up very, very soon. So according to Bitcoin options, there are a lot of options contracts that are at $75,000 by this summer. And the summer is only like 2-3 months away, right? And I do think that we're going to hit 100,000 by the end of April. So we got 2 months for that. So we'll see. But this is what I've been saying. I mean, you have one entity that's trying to keep prices down, but they're versus an entire world. And that's just impossible. That's just impossible. So Bitcoin is definitely going to go much higher. And so are altcoins. Altcoins are go follow as well. Now, what else is there? 3 other things I want to show you guys. Number one is PayPal. We know PayPal entering into Bitcoin is a big thing. They're not only just allowing people to buy Bitcoin, but they're also working with all the merchants and having them accept Bitcoin as well. So we're talking about 300 and something million customers plus clients, right? So this is huge. Obviously, they need to have some secure way to store all this Bitcoin that they're buying and holding for clients. So they are buying a new custody firm called Curve, which I've never heard of before. You can see there's not a lot of guys to the team, but Sources say this could be a $500 million purchase. That would make these guys insanely wealthy. But yeah, we know if PayPal wants to be considered a big dog in terms of crypto services, they have to have custody service. I mean, custody service is crucial for the space. When you're holding billions upon billions upon billions of people's crypto, you better make sure that it's secure. So this is right around the corner. People are asking about XRP. Well, actually, I don't hear that many people asking about XRP anymore. But now MoneyGram, the biggest partner for Ripple, is now facing a lawsuit for allegedly misleading investors about XRP. See, this is just not good. This is not good. If you looked at the partnership to begin with, it wasn't good. Ripple had to buy a huge stake of MoneyGram to be able to convince them to accept XRP and to utilize it for their transactions. Not only that, every quarter, Ripple pays them millions in XRP to make this going. And then Ripple, on the flip side, said, well, okay, we have MoneyGram. We have MoneyGram that utilizes XRP. This is their like prime client. But then after this lawsuit with SEC came out, well, MoneyGram started dissociating themselves from XRP and Ripple, saying that they only took XRP, but they never even used it for any of their transactions. And this makes Ripple look really bad. And now MoneyGram is also getting sued, which is also bad. So this is the problem with this partnership to begin with. XRP, or Ripple, I should say. Sorry, I get the two confused. XRP Ledger is actually very different than Ripple, just so you guys know. But Ripple is facing some serious issues. I know that the price has stabilized for each XRP, like 40 something cents, but Ripple themselves, they're going to have a real uphill battle in terms of winning with the SEC. This is going to be a long battle for sure. This is not going to be a quick settlement like what happened with Tezos or EOS or Kick. This may go on for quite a bit. All right, so that's the latest with XRP and Ripple. Also, just to throw this out there, since I love covering DeFi these days, SushiSwap hits all-time high, and I think a lot of you guys didn't pay attention to this. I didn't know this until recently, but Grayscale, you know, they're offering new trusts, and a lot of people paid attention to like Polkadot, Cardano, but they're also coming out with trusts for DeFi projects such as Yearn, and Yearn merged with SushiSwap. This could be one of the reasons why SushiSwap is going up in a big way. Also, SushiSwap is moving to a layer 2 solution. So that also helps SushiSwap in a big way. But this kind of legitimizes DeFi for sure. If there is actually institutional interest and Grayscale is offering trust and you see a large inflow into it, that definitely solidifies DeFi because institutions are investing in it. So pretty big concept if you think about it. All right, so going back to Bitcoin is now hovering a little bit. Seems like maybe it formed a temporary bottom here. It dropped 47.2. Now it's back up to 47.8. This could be it. You know, obviously we have to pay more attention to F2POOL and see if more dumping happens. But it just seems like this is a losing. I guess you could win battles, but you're going to lose the war. And that's what it seems like it's going to happen. It's just, there's no way that just one entity can outdo the entire world. Now, yes, you could apply some leverage. You could do this on the spot market or derivative market and cause some real damage. Like you could cause some, a lot of liquidations and stuff like that to happen, right? And you can temporarily maybe keep the price here a little bit. But you know what? The entire world is not waiting for this to be done. These big companies, public trade companies, hedge funds, family offices, savvy investors, they're buying the cheap Bitcoin. They're buying as much as possible. And we know there's only so many Bitcoins to go around, right? So as long as the buying continues and as long as we stay strong and keep buying and holding, there's no way that they can win this war. They can maybe win a battle here or there, but they're going to lose the war, right? And I think that is that could be coming sooner than later. Lastly, I did want to show that on CMC, they did make some changes. So you could see dominance used to just be BTC. Now they have broken it down to BTC and ETH. Interesting. Bitcoin is lower than yesterday. It's 60.8%. A lot of altcoins was having a good day today. Ethereum is at 11.8%. We'll see if that can hold because like Cardano, Binance Chain, Polkadot has been coming up quite a bit. So we'll see if this 11.8% can hold. And also, they listed the gas fee, the GUI, which is really interesting. I don't know how you calculate that, but if you calculate that, they should have just put some kind of conversion so you could see how much it is in dollars or in sats or something. It's kind of hard to really look at this and understand how much it is, but they did make some changes. Quite interesting, quite interesting. All right, guys. Let me turn to you guys for some Q&A. Got 5,000 people tuned in. Make sure you smash your like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Also, follow me on Twitter so you do get notified because I'm still getting comments about how some people don't get notified. I don't know. It's sporadic. It comes and goes. All right, let me scroll back and look at some super chats here. Acid Punk, no, Satoshi's not behind F2POOL. His million Bitcoin is locked into a wallet that you could clearly see. You could actually search for it and see. Is there news about China shutting down a mining pool? I didn't hear anything about that. I didn't hear about that. How much BTC does F2POOL have? You know, it's in total, it was something like 1.8 million mined by them, but it's a mining pool. It was supposed to be distributed. So very little of that is supposed to be theirs. Something like their marketing team said something like 25,000 Bitcoins altogether, but we don't know. Maybe Chung Wang, the CEO of F2POOL, maybe he was mining himself. And maybe, you know, there's something else. Some other entity owned had a lot too. We don't know. I do know that early on when I first discovered this, he didn't really take this seriously. So he tweeted out saying, you know what, if you think that dump is bad, let me show you what else I could do. And then he like took that off because he realized that was a mistake for him to do that, right? So it's hard to say how much they have. And again, it might not be them. It could be the miners that is utilizing F2POOL or a combination. We just don't know. See, here's the thing. I've been picking on Kai a little bit. I'm not trying to pick on him, but you know, he's trying to refuse. He doesn't want to believe that this has anything to do with F2POOL when it does. You know, he's been tweeting out saying that, okay, these are associate miners, not F2POOL themselves. Well, if that's the case, then that means he has the addresses. He has the addresses. He could just simply share them. He could share the addresses of the ones that are actually doing the outflows. But again, he's not doing that. He's not breaking it up. So why is that, right? So, Kai could do a better job at that. Megatron, I have not heard anyone ask me about Kick or Kin yet. After the lawsuit, I really don't know what happened. They're still around, and they're moving to Solana, but I don't hear any development news or anything like that, so I don't quite know. Yeah, so about the Coinbase outflows, for those of you guys that missed it, I mean, the title is F2POOL versus the world, right? So there was... Twitter already declared that to go buy Bitcoin. So people are doing the math, and you can see that there's two huge outflows from earlier, later February. So that equates to 1.3 billion. So most likely that is for Twitter. Now there's another 12 right here. 12,000 outflow, which is about 700 million. So some other entity just declared, they haven't declared. They have bought about $700 million Bitcoin, and they will declare that pretty soon, I think. But this is why, I mean, you know, these guys, these public trade companies, hedge funds, whoever, you know, they could really care less. Bitcoin is at 47,000 or 50,000. Actually, they much rather it be at 47,000 because they can purchase a lot more, right? So that's why we just it's gotta stay strong. Stay strong. Don't panic sell. Dollar cost average and hodl, just like all these big guys. And we'll get through this. And you know what? I'm hoping that there's a big short squeeze that happens because it seems like this 50K mark is very, very important for some reason. They may have a big short position that could liquidate them if it goes beyond 50,000, right? A lot of you guys know about know about derivatives liquidation. It could be the same thing with them. That's why they're trying so hard to keep things under $50,000. It could be for the same exact reason. And if we can drive things higher, maybe we could get rid of them once and for all. Dean, I did cover them. I don't know if you saw the video. I have one dedicated video about AMP. That hasn't changed. VeChain, I've covered many times. I think they're going to be a top 10 coin. And some of the small caps, I've been covering a lot of them. So Jimmy says, video idea, staking do's and don'ts. You know, here's the thing. I'm not a staker, so I can't, I would actually be really bad at that. But a lot of people, you know, there's like simple staking, like Voyager. You can just keep your Bitcoin and crypto in there. You get auto interest. There's also like exchanges that allow that. But then there's like specific staking for specific projects and pools and stuff like that. I don't stake, so it's not a video I can really do well at. Where do you think ETH is going to be at? Probably, it depends. Look at Bitcoin. If it goes up 10x, ETH will be up probably 10x. Rika asks, what happened to your love for BAT? Buy or sell? I still like them. I'm still using the Brave browser right now. You can see this is still using a Brave browser. So their big thing is no one wants to keep BAT. Usually when they get it, they just sell it. But that's why they're adding a DEX. So I think that DEX idea is pretty cool. And maybe they can get people to hold BAT. And that's the thing. It's like right now everyone get rewarded with BAT, but they don't keep it. You know, that they have to find some way to get people to keep it. Zidane asks, what EV car would you recommend? A Model Y. A Model Y is definitely a very, very good car. And it's somewhat affordable. Synthetics is fine. One of the promising DeFi plays out there. Moon asks, how do you dollar cost average? There's no set thing. You just decide to schedule for yourself. You know, if something goes down 10, 20%, buy a little more. If it goes down 10, 20% again, buy a little more. You just set a schedule for yourself. That's basically it. Or you could go by a schedule. So every Friday, every 2 weeks, just buy a little, regardless of the price. There's many ways to do it. XLM, there's just not a whole lot of news on XLM right now. And Harmony, I still have not looked at yet, so can't really comment. What's your take on crypto domains? I'm thinking about buying business and domains. You know, I always thought about like domain squatting, right, for crypto domains. I don't know if that exists. I remember talking to Brad at Unstoppable Domains early on, and he said something how they're going to try to stop that. So I don't know if that's the thing. I don't know if that's what you're asking. But crypto domains, I think they're going to be big. A lot of projects already started utilizing them, and Unstoppable Domains is still doing good things, you know, trying to get the .crypto domain to be recognized everywhere, and they're working with Cloudflare to do it, so that's pretty good. Rito asked, do you use a hardware wallet? Yes, I use Ledger. Ledger has a few of them. I don't like the fact that they're, you know, you get a lot of spam emails, but that seems to have stopped recently. But Treasure also has a lot of them, and besides Treasure and Ledger, there's a lot of other plays, but these two are the most well-known companies. Ozgun. I didn't look at Linary yet. It was on Binance. People asked me about it. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. What do you think about NFTs this year? I think NFTs is gonna be huge. NFTs is the new DeFi. Like, there's so many new NFT marketplaces. I get asked about it all the time. NFT marketplaces, NFT staking, NFT yield pools, which I still don't get about NFTs. Why you want NFT yield pool? And then you have, like NBA Top Shots and stuff. That's also NFTs. They don't market it as NFTs, but it is. So NFTs is getting really, really hot. I would pay attention to it. But there's just so much. I get asked about NFTs all the time, like a new project here and there. Really hard to say like which one is better than another one, right? There's a lot of marketplaces out there and stuff like that. Any tips to clear FUD from older people? Like, I try to explain to my parents to get them on board, but my mom's old school and doesn't even trust the credit card. Well, then it's a lost battle. There's no point. If she doesn't even use a credit card, then there's no way to convince her to buy Bitcoin. I found that some people are more receptive than others, and sometimes it's best not to convince certain people because it's just impossible. You just get frustrated. Badger DAO. Yeah, they're a DAO to fund. Look at this project, F2POOL Bad Gateway Token. Badger DAO is like a DAO that's aimed to fund new DeFi initiatives, and I do believe they also have their yield. They also have a yield farm, so it's okay. It's okay. David asked, "Do you see a market cap on 10 trillion?" Yeah, for sure, for sure. Bitcoin itself is going to 12 trillion. So yeah, that's 100%. So here we go. I haven't shown this for a little bit, but you can see Bitcoin, despite the fact that it's at 47,000 or 48,000, it's still the sixth largest company in the world. Okay, so it kind of shows you, not time to be panicking about Bitcoin. But Bitcoin is more than half a silver. But to reach gold, it still has to go up like 10x, 12x, to reach gold. So that would give Bitcoin a 12 trillion market cap. That's just Bitcoin alone. Imagine all the other alts like Ethereum and others that will be going up just as much. So the market cap, the overall market cap is going way above 10 trillion. That's for sure. Okay. I don't even get that. Anton, I don't even know just too many buzzwords, too many acronyms in there. What's your opinion on leverage trades? Don't do it. Don't do it. Because 50% of the time, how people get wrecked with leverage trades is that you do it a couple times, you win, right? So you're like, okay, this is easy. Put $100 down, I can make $100 in minutes. And then people get greedier with their trades. They start upping their trades, and then they utilize more leverage. And then you have something like this, because sometimes it seems like you win on every trade, and then something like this happens, boom, you get instantly liquidated, and then you've lost all the I guess profits, gains, and then you ended up losing more. So I say just don't do it. Just don't do it. Yeah, gold, diamond, and stuff. I mean, trust me, I've tried too. And leverage trade just gives you so much pressure too. Just don't even try it. Just buy and hold. That's the easiest way to make massive gains. I've created videos about this, even one I think last week. The path to massive gains is really just buy Bitcoin, buy the right altcoins, dollar cost average, and hold them. And you're gonna make gains like you would not believe. As simple as that. David, yeah, I think 10 trillion this year. I think for sure 10 trillion this year. What could go wrong? Nothing. You just gotta look at it. Institution adoption is not stopping. There's no way it's stopping anytime soon. Just look at this chart or this list of how many people, how many companies are now associated with Bitcoin, how much they hold, and yeah, this is a lot, not going away anytime soon, right? And this is only going to increase. Just like Twitter's not even listed. Twitter is about to enter the game with a huge $1.3 billion purchase of Bitcoin. Someone else just purchased $700 million worth of Bitcoin. We don't know who it is yet, but we'll probably see who it is soon. So yeah, this is not stopping. So Bitcoin's going to go much higher. Steve, appreciate that. Where's Apple and Google? The Apple, Google. Bitcoin is right under Google. When it surpasses silver, it'll be above Google. Lending and staking BTC ETH, good idea. Yeah, as long as you have them in reputable places for staking. I'm about to make a partnership with BlockFi, and there'll be some cool bonuses and stuff. So yeah, wait for a little bit because there's a lot of places that you can stake and you get good returns, but you got to make sure it's the right, somewhere that that's trustworthy. Kyle says George believes in super cycle. What could go wrong if you sell a massive cyclical dip? Does come before it goes even bigger? Yes. Jeffrey, did you just give me $200 super chats or one? Because two comes up, but anyways, it's pretty big. Appreciate it. Have you seen Loot? NFT Loot Box is launching a new site any day with fresh UX, and the coin supply is 40K. Didn't you just ask me about another project yesterday? It's another NFT play. I don't know. You must be really into NFTs. But I just got done saying, I think it is going to be huge. But there's so many of them. This is ultra low at 1.9 million, only 25,000 circulating supply. Is this the same one that you asked me about yesterday? No, it's not. Innovative blend of DeFi, NFT, and loot box text. Okay. And users just stake the loot token to earn coins. Then they can open up the loot boxes. So the team owns 25% of it. And they reserve 8,000 of it. So that's 18,000 according to the team. So that's almost half. 5,000 on Uniswap and 70,000 was sold. Yeah. I don't know about that. I don't know. That's a whole lot reserved for the team. And NFTs is really, really, really hot, but there's so many marketplaces out there right now. Yeah, and I'm not sure, like, these guys, like Brian Armstrong, CZ, Andre Crony, Vitalik, appreciates that there's an NFT created in their image and being sold. I'm not sure if that's also legal at this point. So I'm gonna say no on this one, Jeffrey. But I do appreciate your super chats. Justin asks, why whale who very short BTC be close to liquidation if they have billions? They're selling coins they own, not shorting. They have billions but don't know to short. Hey, I just got done saying, people who play with leverage, they think they win until they don't. And then they get more and more greedy. Just because they have, let's just assume, I don't think they have billions of Bitcoins to be dumping like this. But let's say they did. So it doesn't mean that they won't try to profit from it through futures because they already think they have so much. You know, you never know. There's a lot of people you look up. There's a lot of people that have lost everything through short squeezes because they're very confident in themselves and the emotion gets the best of them and they don't want to lose. That happens all the time. So you never know. Sif Chain, Joe asks, Sif Chain is a new DEX that allows you to trade ETH and Cosmos network tokens. Just launched. So they create synthetic tokens. What is this? What is this? Who drew that? I hate the font. Almeida Research, I've heard of them. Kinetic. I mean, they actually have some good backers, but this is horrible font. Omni-chain decentralized change. What is it? So it's just DEX that's cross-chain. Yeah, so it's cross-chain. Cross-chain DEX. Where is it at? Uniswap. Yeah. I'm going to say pass on this one for now. We need Sailor's next purchase to be 80% OTC and 20% at spot market. See, that's the thing. He would never do that because even though he wants Bitcoin to go up, ultimately he wants to buy as much Bitcoin as possible. So he's going to buy it on the OTC market. He doesn't want to move the price. If that $1 billion worth of Bitcoin that he just bought, had he just told Coinbase, go put on your books on Coinbase Pro, just buy $1 billion worth of Bitcoin right there, one order, right? That would cause Bitcoin to go up like $10,000 immediately because there would be such massive buying on the spot market that it would destroy any shorters or anyone out there, right? But he's not going to do that because while that's going up, the amount of Bitcoins he gets decreases significantly. So I don't know if he's going to do that. Daniel, how to convince my wife she's George? I don't know. I don't know if you want to be calling her George in bed. That's just my opinion. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Again, to recap, there's a big battle. There's a big battle going on $50,000. And definitely there's one, whether or not it's they themselves or miners or one miner, some other entity. But obviously, you could see there's just a lot of outflows from F2POOL right now, right? So what we need to do is stay strong because this is a battle maybe that they're winning right now, but the war is already lost because there's no way the one entity can defeat the world. And when the whole world is adopting, embracing, and buying Bitcoin, there's just no way that can happen. So stay strong, take advantage. I mean, take advantage of the dips. I mean, today, actually, you really can't take advantage because a lot of things are up today. But there are still some that are discounted, that are bargain compared to where they were just a week ago. So time to go shopping, stay strong, dollar cost average, and let's see. Let's see if Bitcoin can hit 50,000 again. I think there could be a chance that we come right back up and come up to where we were just not too long ago, like 49.6. I think that we could be seeing a recovery, but we'll see. We'll see for the rest of the day. All right, guys, smash the like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Stay tuned for my stream tonight, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right.